this dude.
Trump jokes that he'll be dictator on day one. They're not joking. They want to be dictator for life. Listen to them. This is the party that wants to go into your home, take your gun, take your money before you sell your stock, and then ban the kind of car you want to drive. If you want to know how this ends up, look at the place Kamala pretends to have grown up, Oakland, California. Every sports franchise left that city. The Warriors, the Raiders, the Oakland A's. Kamala's heart's broken.
There is nothing, and I mean nothing, better than someone like this man who rants about sports when he clearly knows nothing on the subject. You know what? More from Waters than we'll fact check.
Well, it's policies like hers that are to blame. Progressive politicians turned California into a joke. Kids are transitioning behind their parents' backs. They're throwing homeless happy hours, free booze for drunks. Criminals are getting away with everything. Kamala killed the California dream. And if she's elected, the American dream's next.
Let's pause here and just be done, because we need to break it down by one here. John Fisher, this man, the owner of the Oakland A's, won't be called out by Waters because, for one, this man not only licks the boots of billionaires, but on a rainy day, he will suck the mud off. That's Jesse Waters. Now, for Fisher, he is the son of the founders of the clothing company Gap. Fisher, in what can only be called a letter riddled with errors, claims he always wanted to stay in Oakland. That is not true. That will never be true, no matter how delusional he tries to make this letter out to be, because it is flat out delusion. He would buy the team in 2005. Right away in November of 2006, the A's tried buying land and moving the team out of Oakland to Fremont, an East Bay suburb. There was never a plan to keep the team where they rightfully deserved to be. There was Howard Terminal, flawed. Is quite an understatement here. The infrastructure, terrible. Toxic waste, dire need of cleanup. I mean, it was a farce. Cisco Field in San Jose, pipe dream. Total. Fremont Cisco Field, that was another one. The A's said they would move, and then they just pulled the plug and decided not to. Then there's Vegas, which they say they're moving to, but as we have covered over and over, it is purely sustained in taxpayer funding, which is where the standstill takes us. In 2023, the Nevada Independent reported the team rejected 3 different Oakland Stadium sites, including the waterfront location, and spent the past 2 years on a parallel path, keeping alive talks with the city while exploring some 20 potential locations around the Las Vegas Valley. I mean, you got to be truthful here. All right, Jesse, you got to. And I know you don't want to be truthful in your personal life. It actually tracks. You want to put out, bad faith arguments to your audience while also being unfaithful. Howard Stutz would write in that same piece, A's leadership walked away from negotiations with Oakland officials in April when it announced the franchise would relocate to Vegas. A month later, the team pivoted from its initial off-strip site to a 9-acre location on Las Vegas Boulevard. The A's spent the next few months lobbying Nevada lawmakers and the governor to approve $380 million in public financing, taxpayer dollars, for the team to build a $1.5 billion, 33,000-seat retractable roof stadium. As Larry Beal of KGO states bluntly, they never even got close to a shovel in the ground. Great rant, by the way, a 10 out of 10. So it's not Kamala Harris saying, yeah, let's screw Oakland, get the A's out of there. It's John Fisher, the owner, a billionaire, a trust fund baby of a clothing company who aligns with the same beliefs Waters does. Koch brothers think tanks and Republican politics is his forte. The Raiders leaving, also really, really simple here, Jesse. They play it at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum, which is where, the A's play. It's the 4th oldest stadium in the NFL. So what do owners do when they want a new stadium? They hold the city hostage. They hold the fan base hostage. They say, we can't do this without public money. I am a mega billionaire. I am friends with mega billionaires. but we need your money. Socialism for me, none for thee is their mantra. It's the biggest con job in sports, as we've covered many times over. Oakland was essentially being asked to dish out tons of money for a roughly $1 billion stadium with a B. We have shown how there is little to no return in this model. The San Francisco Chronicle reported taxpayers were asked to pitch in about $400 million for this project. Oakland's mayor even admitted she cannot in good conscience supplement new stadia with taxpayer dollars when that money should be spent elsewhere. Agreed. 1,000% agreed. Mark Davis, Raiders owner and also billionaire, demanded taxpayer funding. And he got it in Vegas with the help of cover your ears if you don't like this stuff, a record-setting $750 million public subsidy. By the way, Davis despises what John Fisher has done to Oakland. Kamala Harris, never mentioned here. Waters brings up the Golden State Warriors, thus we must fact-check this as well. Slightly better when it comes to taxpayer funds, but still not awesome for the fan base. The Guardian's Alex Kirshner wrote, the Warriors played in an old arena that left them lagging behind the rest of the NBA in commercial opportunities. To be clear, this was an arena that was built in the 1970s, and it was a state-of-the-art arena back then. The problem was it experienced the downside of a stadium that was built back then. Flooding would occur. Even in the locker rooms it happened. And when San Francisco came calling with a $1.4 billion stadium, ownership flocked. And you know why they flocked. I give them praise for not using taxpayer funds. But what did change was which fans the Warriors catered to, wrote Joseph Allen. San Francisco is a much wealthier, much whiter city than Oakland, and as a result, the Warriors could now sell tickets that were even more expensive than the ones they were selling in Oakland. Bingo. Allen would add, given the wealthier fan base, it was logical for the Warriors to move, both so they could make more money and so they could continue to front better teams. Of course, this move came at the cost of the scrappy urban underdog quality that the Warriors had during their time in Oakland. Well, amen to that. Let me just say very quickly, I get it that we live in a very dumb timeline and people don't really also care to think deeply about this stuff. And let me also be clear, I'm not a Kamala stan. As a leftist, I believe in much more than what Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are willing to deliver. We disagree on many things when it comes to policy, but facts are facts. And you know what? If she was responsible and she were saying, I want them out of Oakland, F them, get them out. I don't care about Oakland, the city. I think it's a dump and I don't think they deserve to have these teams. Obviously, we'd call her out for that. I would be the first one. Sign me the F up. I would do it. But she's not responsible. And you know she's not responsible. The difference is, I love our audience. I got to be clear about this. I love them. Because if they think I made an error, they will call me out and I will listen. And they are smart enough to realize and see through the BS. The difference is, his audience isn't. They listen to this and their mind goes numb. They're robotic. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree, Jesse. Yes, I agree. Oh, yes, she is to blame. Oh, Oakland. Yeah, you know, even though it's a liberal dump. Oh, no. Great city. Love it. Yeah, she's to blame. No, she's not. No, she's not. And I think it's embarrassing and also an indictment that he would say something that is so mouth dribbly stupid that no one would say anything to him about this, and they would just go, yes, I agree. Sad state of media, but it's where we're at. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.